What if I don't want to do it?
And
So don't worry, Krista. I've only got a couple problems left, and this is due at 10 o'clock, so I will absolutely be finishing this.
Do not mind me. No.
And we're live.
And we're recording. As we have been for 30 seconds.
What is up, dudes and dudettes? How are we doing? Okay, anyways. So last week, we played Dungeons & Dragons. And in our game of Dungeons & Dragons, we were puzzle solvers. It was not great. We suck. I don't remember exactly where we started. Oh yeah, we woke up, right? We woke up to a new day to solve the puzzle of the tower. So we go out and we go to this tower, and the big magical tower in the middle of Old Sarnath. And we were like, wow, how do we get in here? We couldn't figure it out, so we were like, well, we should maybe try waiting till noon, because there was like weird things about the tower being like hot on one side, and we're like, oh, maybe we need like the light of day. So we decided to take a little tour around the destroyed houses of the royal families, I believe they were, right?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. In Old Sarnath. So we did that little tour, found some brooches. Wow. Proceeded to try and use those, figure out the puzzle. God was kind enough to inform us that that was not at all what we needed to do. Eventually we figured it out by just using some, matchy of the damage types on the tower. And then what do you know? We got in. Wow. We go in. Turns out they were conducting all sorts of like funny experiments. Not really funny. It was more dangerous and actually kind of torture, but funny. Did some experiments. We found some more books, and eventually figured out. I don't remember how exactly we figured out the passcode. Did we find it in there? We did.
Yes.
It was in a book, right?
Yeah, it was effectively the
lineages of royal families through time.
The lineage of the emperors specifically.
Mm-hmm. So we took that with us, went back to the vault, figured that out, pushed a bunch of buttons, got into said vault, and then the dragon's name that I scrolled past, what I had right here.
Nafala.
Yep, I found it again. We go in, and she was like, woo, spooky. Hey, this is my vault full of fun treasures. I've been here for a really long time. Also, I'm an onyx dragon. Apparently we don't exist anymore. Or if we do, nobody knows about us. 16th dragon type. Amazing. Then she was like, you guys want something from my fun box of treasures? You can have one. Take your pick. We struggled on this, except for K2, because Mike's a little know-it-all and knows what he wants. Rude. And
wow.
The rest of us were then tried to figure out what we wanted. Couldn't really figure out what we wanted. Oh no. I misspoke, because Serenix also got herself a big old hammer that she's quite happy with, and I don't think big forge hammer that I don't think she's gonna be trading in.
Unless they can offer her a bigger forge hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, only a forgy or forge hammer I think would be acceptable.
Portable forge inside the hammer.
Yeah, exactly. Then we decided to end there, because the rest of us were just struggling on the brain power to figure out what exactly we wanted.
You would even possibly want.
Exactly. And that's what you missed on Glee. Nailed it.
You did. I'm very proud of you.
Snailed it.
Thank you.
I mean, we did forget one thing, is that Briar got to try on some real.
Yes,
good fits.
I got to. Yeah, that's true. I got some fits.
Yeah.
All really out here.
Oh, I also did get. I did get something
that's
too.
Right. You got your. Did you get a scimitar? No, you got a mimic sword.
But you were still kind of iffy if that was what it was.
No, actually, I passed on both of those things, and instead,
dragon bone.
He has gone through 3 different items and finally settled on a mall.
Yes.
Right. Sorry,
I'm gonna say you vaguely have settled on a mall. I don't believe.
He's kind of settled on a mall. It's a mall and it's got wispy shadows on it.
No, right.
I
thought it was something else, and it wasn't. I was happy that it wasn't.
It took me some time to think of an appropriate way to request an item, but to keep this as brief as possible, I told her my story. I told her what my goal was, which is just to bring an end to the Dragonborn usurpers trying to attack my home. I told her I wanted a weapon that would inspire fear in Dragonborn kind. And so she gave me this maul that has like a dark fog around it, similar to the same way like my Nodachi did after it came out of that big machine where I infused a soul into it. And so I was like, yes, this one is the one. And Josh told me it was called the Shades of the Past.
I still like the stick best.
The stick you can throw like 5 million feet.
Yeah, 5,000 feet.
I prefer million.
Well,
Throw it like across
sucks.
the planet.
Only if you're throwing it at a bird, though.
Yeah. A bird on another continent.
Yeah.
A few continents away.
Any users?
Any hosers?
All right. So, we will re-enter the scene where the party finds themselves in what is currently a white room.
Yeah, a fairly featureless room.
Yeah, completely featureless other than lights.
Yeah, other than lights, what's changed based on Nefala's present mood.
Yep. Yeah. She is waiting still for the rest of the party to make their requests if they have any.
I'm having fun just swinging my hammer around.
Just trails of sparks coming off of it.
And I would also give my maul, I guess, a couple of practice swings just to see how it feels.
It's heavy.
Good.
Really?
I prefer them that way.
It's light as a feather.
That would be more concerning.
I know.
Well, Serenix's is pretty light.
I'm having a great time.
That description of
Yeah.
it. It's a
Fair.
rather light warhammer.
Fair.
It gives out warmth.
Yeah, now I'm just picturing, oh yeah, this is a really light maul, and you hit somebody and it's like hitting someone with a squeaky mallet. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. If everyone else is still busy thinking about their requests before they make them, I would
You could
go
request
over to
something else.
Kate. No. I would go over to K2 and I would ask him to identify the mace for me. Because when I asked the dragon about what specifically it does, she was like, it does what you asked for.
Yeah.
Like-
She gave you a very vague answer.
She gave them
Yeah.
to me. Nah.
And it's like, is this dragon racist? And you got back up, maybe.
I mean, I guess.
I have to go turn off my air conditioning, babe.
Wow.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You know, I also have identified. I just never have it fucking prepared. It's really
I
prepared.
I'm back.
think as a forge cleric, I think you might always have it prepared.
You know?
Lord clerks do.
Yeah.
My
I just forgot about it. All right.
my eyes flash with light, and then I hand it back to him, and I say, "It does what you asked for."
You just like prestidigitate.
Doesn't even actually
Ask
pass
Serenix to
identify.
identify the mace for me.
Well, wait. You said a mace or a maul? Those are two very different things.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, it's a maul. It is a maul. My bad.
She gives a little giggle to just keep going with this. It's just gives us like a She can't even keep it straight. Just that's what you ask of it. And then she'll actually cast Identify on it.
Okay, are you just using the spell slot, or are you taking the
Yeah,
10
I'll
minutes
just
to
use
ritual
the-
cast it?
Fuck it, we're waiting. I'll just take the 10 minutes.
I give Cyrenex a high five on the down low.
It is definitely seen by Theo, who can very much see like everything going on.
Oh yeah. K2 might be able to be subtle about that. Neither of the Dragonborn could even attempt to be. We're both big and in heavy armor.
She's giggling as much as I am about it. She finds it very funny.
Subtlety dies once we're involved.
Oh God, yeah. No, it definitely does. Oh God. I really need to go through my shit. Anyways.
I have a concept for what to ask for. I'm just trying to think about how Salvix would word it.
I was gonna say, yeah, well, she's gonna take 10 minutes to do that, so
I know.
we can get through the rest of this in the meantime.
Allegedly.
I know. Yeah, allegedly.
I would like to ask to follow because if I remember correctly, she said the most of the stuff that was in here comes from like champions of the dragons and blah blah
Correct.
blah blah blah. So I would like to ask to follow. Do you have any or a champion and anything of theirs in here?
Over the course of my existence, I've had 1,300 champions.
Wow, I love that.
What?
All of their equipment is in here.
That's so many.
I love it.
All right, I can't say that I planned for that answer this week. While I was thinking about.
Well, yeah.
I planned for quite a few different outcomes.
Not
I did
1,300.
Not the 1,300. That definitely was. My scope was not. I didn't quite cast a large enough net.
That's
Okay,
impressive.
but does
I've only
she
got
have
like 200.
favorites?
God damn it, Mike.
Although I don't call them champions, I call them employees.
Oh my god! Get out of here!
God damn it.
You champion! He's going to work tomorrow. What looks at you like? What the fuck?
You champion, Greg called out. I'm gonna need you to work tomorrow.
My champion, I am so proud of you. Here is a boon for your effort. Free 5-minute break.
This is just my paycheck.
Okay, but like, does she have a favorite champion though? You know, sure, she probably
Who's your-
favored a couple
who's
over the
your-
others.
Who's your most champion of your champion?
Who's your most champion?
This threw me for a loop. I wasn't expecting 1,300. I went high, and my 1,300 was really out of scope for me.
Yeah, like
You had to
100
follow it,
maybe.
You greedy bitch.
Look, people
She's
want
old.
shiny.
What do you expect?
Honestly, I just expected that anyone who takes anything out of this vault is considered one of her champions.
Here's a boon for my favorite champion. What the hell is this? It's a $5 gift card for the snack machine in the office.
What's this, a championship pizza party?
Hell yeah!
Yeah, the best kind of reward from work. A pizza party. There you go, Mike. Champions! I've brought you here together today for a very specific feast.
For a glorious feast in your honor. This Little Caesars, man.
It's a party.
$5. Fuck off. Couldn't
Everybody
splurge
gets half a
little?
slice.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone gets.
No drinks.
Everyone
Make sure
gets
there's enough for everybody.
everyone gets half a slice and a cap full of soda.
Oh my god.
K2, there's
give
only
up my-
5 of us in the office today, and you brought 40 pizzas. The rest is for me.
If I give up my half slice of pizza, can I have like 2 capfuls of soda?
No.
Oh.
Mm-mm. The cap full of soda is the strict limit.
Look, I
There
said
will
you were
be
my
no
champion.
negotiating.
I said you were my
Barter
champion.
amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Joe?
I was gonna say, I said you were my champion, not my favorite champion.
Fuck out of here.
Everybody will pull straws, and whoever gets the smallest straw can drink from the cup lid.
The cup lid?
Yes, the lid for the cup.
You're doing so good over there, babe. So good.
Well, shit. Wow, I've really been thrown for a loop here. I am
Yeah, no kidding.
1300 really just blew out. Just everything.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just been
Yeah. What was your highest eventuality? Like 200?
yeah, like around there. I was like, okay, she's maybe had like at most maybe a few hundred champions. Not 13.
Yeah. Yikes.
Absolute yikers, man.
Who's the edgiest? I don't know what that means.
Which one wore the most eyeliner? Oh no. Wait, do you still have any champions? Like, do you know of a champion of yours currently running around in the world?
None.
How long has it been?
I'm not sure. Since probably a little bit after I got locked in here and people forgot I existed.
This is me, Tori. How long ago was that again?
I didn't tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, and we don't have. Oh, okay.
I think the implication is probably that this vault has existed before even old Sarnath was here. So a long time.
Well, then I asked Nafala, do you remember when you were locked in here?
I think we asked that before, and she just doesn't have any sense of time. any
Oh,
longer.
okay. That's what I thought. I was like, I feel like I remember us asking this question,
Yes,
but
you
I
have
couldn't
asked
remember
her,
what she had said.
Doesn't remember.
Okay,
You
I
get
just
the
yeah,
feeling
her
that
answer.
she was old enough to be an ancient dragon by the time she was locked in this vault and has not aged since.
Yeah, so yeah.
What's the
think-
age limit on
I
an
think
ancient
the
dragon?
bare minimum for ancient is about 800.
Oh damn!
I thought ancient was like thousands.
I think that's great.
It is thousands.
Yeah, I was saying like bare minimum as far as to qualify as. Is like I want to say it is 800, but I can't remember offhand.
It's like less than a year is a wormling. Like a year to 10 would be young. 10 to 100 is like adult. Or I might be getting that wrong. I don't remember. Because that would mean that it would be like 100 to 1,000 would be ancient, but that doesn't sound right.
No, that doesn't sound right at all.
Yeah.
Obviously, between 100 to 1,000 is just old. Old Hopper Dragon, old Black Dragon, old, like, obviously.
Yeah, it is 800.
Oh, there you go.
Pop off, Ryan.
Yeah, and like once a dragon hits like 2,000, if they live that long, they qualify to become a great worm.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Suffice to say, she's been here a while.
Yeah, she's been in here for a hot minute. My plan is to hopefully live for a very long time. If I don't do something stupid and get myself killed, which is a pretty reasonable possibility, but, you know, let's hold out hope that doesn't happen.
Are you trying to angle to be 1301? No.
Having your entire history and who you are be completely wiped away and effectively not really getting to exist is something that I vaguely understand. Well, no, I understand, maybe not to the same scale as your entire, type of dragon, but I would like to make sure you're not forgotten, because I don't think anybody should be. So I will take any armor that I can wear. Please, don't give me the heaviest plate that I can't even put on.
I don't know if she can discern from your person what that means.
She was able to do it before when I gave her a vague description of what I wanted, so I have faith that she's fine.
Fair.
It happened earlier in the Magic Vault. I'm sure the Magic Vault can pull it off again. Of Onyx Dragon scale, if you have it, or something that I can use to teach people and make people remember who you are and make sure you're not forgotten.
You don't have to go to bed now. It's okay. Take this pony out. Here we go.
Baby is not having a good time.
Baby is causing chaos. I imagine him just like running around the living room like "Wah!"
He heard the itsy bitsy spider again, now he's looking for that motherfucker.
That's what
Running
happens
around
when you
with a
put baby in the corner.
Oh god.
Shut up, Mike.
The vault goes black.
Oh.
Mood.
And then
Forget
a second
about
later,
it. Yeah, I think that's just like her thinking.
the light in the room comes on white, and in the middle there is a shirt.
Nice.
Sure.
It says,
I went to Old Sarnath and all I got was
like
this
I was
stupid
the shirt, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, it close. The memeage is there, but it says praise Nafala.
I accept that.
I love. Why does she have that? I love it. I love it.
Why not?
Is this cotton? How did you make this?
I grabbed my shirt.
You're for real gonna go with it? I love that.
I had two options of what I wanted to do. I'll take this one. This one provides more fun story potential.
She was torn between your decisions for what you gave her.
Or is that as a bunny suit?
Well, it was like, what do I have that would work? She wants to spread word of me. Oh, I know, this t-shirt.
Yeah. T-shirt with my name directly on it.
Do the shirts count as armor?
Not technically.
I mean,
said armor.
yeah, I mean, technically, even if you are hit by an impact, clothing does absorb some minor amount of that.
I don't think it gives you AC, a t-shirt.
Probably not.
I mean, this one might.
But also, you never fucking know.
Yeah, it might be mystically enchanted, and then it's like wearing plate armor without having to deal with any of the weight of plate armor. Or the proficiency of plate armor.
Josh enjoys trolling me. I've come to accept this.
Gus just enjoys giving us something that responds to vague statements with vague answers.
That's more accurate.
I said armor I could wear. You gave me a t-shirt. And I said made out of dragon scales or something like that. And you gave me a t-shirt.
Maybe made out of dragon scale, I don't know.
Maybe it is, I don't know. But I will take my t-shirt.
You said you wanted to spread the word of her, so that's what she leaned into. Dragons are vain creatures.
True.
They're gonna override everything when you say, "Oh, I just something to spread your word." Oh, okay, I have something for that.
You told me to be specific in things, and then
You were
every
not
other.
specific.
No, I said no. I gave you multiple details, and then you said every other thing got thrown out the window because of the one that I tacked on
Yep.
at the end. So that's cheating. That's not cool.
I
That's
mean,
fine. I take my t-shirt.
she's not omniscient and also is a dragon. Like, even the good dragons, if you're like, yeah, I'll spread your name, and you say more things beyond that, that's the only thing they hear.
I said the spread the name last, but
Yeah, and it's still the only thing that she heard.
wow, me out here trying to do something nice for Nafala.
And she appreciates it. She gave you a cool.
Yeah. You know, it's like a dog. You could string along a whole sentence, and as long as you say walk at the end, they're like, walk?
Well, you two are up. One of you two, anyways.
Salvix has been deeply contemplating this whole time, trying to recall any legends or stories of anyone that he would have heard of, either as a child or like in the military. It's probably right at this point that something finally does come to him. I seek the battle standard of Athorin the Ruby Ravager.
You know of him.
Not much. I only know what I was told by the most recent former admiral of the Navy.
I don't know why, but how you worded that is just really funny to me.
Atheron always had a very commanding presence on the battlefield. His battle standard carries great legacy with it. It's easily recognizable as well.
Yes.
Calls like a beacon to those who know it.
It is a risk I'm willing to accept.
You may have it. And with that, the lights of the room go out. And when they turn back on, the room is red. And in the middle of the room, standing straight upward, is just a straight battle standard, like a giant flag, with a pointed tip at the top of it.
Savage will take it.
Although the shaft of the standard is black, the tip seems to always be dripping blood.
Savix takes it and just kind of noting that, just... When the Admiral told me of the legend of Atherin, he made an allusion that he was not always ruby red. That in his war against the mainland, that is what he came back as. Is that true?
The amethyst dragons were forever tinted red due to the sheer amount of bloodshed that they gave the shores of the mainland. Represented by the dripping blood on the standard.
I see.
Atheron was the first to acknowledge the changes. More identified with what they represented.
Even now, the Maravanes still carry that same hue.
Who's next?
Can't think of anything.
Perhaps some tome of forgotten martial art, or ancient weapon of similar?
Oh.
Oh god, he's dead.
I was wondering why it was so quiet. I just assumed.
Did your Discord go to shit?
Yeah, I guess.
Nice.
I just assumed nobody was saying anything.
Oh no, we actually
Oh
were
no,
just
no
sitting
one,
here in
no one
complete
was.
silence.
You
Yeah,
actually what?
we were actually sitting here in complete silence.
Yeah, because I just can't think of anything, honestly.
I mean, you don't have to take anything from the vault.
Well, I know. I can't think of anything that I would want because I don't know what would be good. So.
Lots of things would be good. This is...
Yeah, I am aware lots of things would be good. However, the point is I don't know what would be good.
Amongst to get a variety of simple weapons that they're proficient with. You can always pick to wear a cape. It doesn't count as armor. You could always... various rings or necklaces, accessories. Flags. Pretty much the only thing you can't request is your own personal posse, because she doesn't keep people locked in the vault.
I mean, the only really thing I can think of is, unfortunately, going to be a very vague one, but do you have anything that could help increase my accuracy when I'm fighting? And yes, I'm well aware how vague it is.
Yes. And the lights in the room don't even dim. Just you hear a sudden ding 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 as just a ring falls out of the thin air. Falls out of the thin air.
Okay, I pick it up if I can find it.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. It's in the center of the room, like everything else shows up at. So you're not like searching for a white ring on a white surface. Yeah, you pick it up, and it looks like a very normal. This would be more of like a wood carven ring.
Okay. I look over at K2 and ask if he would be willing to identify it for me.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you kindly.
I will ritual cast identify.
Alright. So is there anything else you guys would like to do in the remaining 9 minutes and 30 seconds before Serenix is finished with her ritual?
Yeah, wait, and then wait another minute 30 for K2.
Do a little dancey dance.
I mean, I guess, like, what's the insignia on Atherin standard?
It's the house crest of the
Maravans.
Maravans, yeah.
I'm assuming different because it's been a long time. Like, it's like a proto crest almost.
Right, yeah, it would be like they'd have adapted it over time.
Yeah.
It resembles it.
Yeah, it's identifiable, but not the same. Gotcha. Okay.
Because it would be his personal crest.
Correct.
Alright, so as you guys kind of hang out in here, after the first minute, the lights in the room just start changing randomly. She's not saying anything, but she's not exactly quiet about not saying anything.
You guys can talk to the dragon. She's probably lonely. Fuck.
And after the 10 minutes are up, Serenix, your ritual spell completes, and the identify spell tells you that this is an old weapon.
I swear to fucking God.
Jesus Christ!
She starts aggressively giggling. And hands it back to her. It's an old weapon.
Yeah, your spell is not your spell slot is not, well, you ritual cast, it doesn't matter. But
yeah, it just yields no definitive results.
Yields nothing.
Okay.
You get the sense that this weapon is designed to fit the best of his needs.
It'd be nice if I knew how it did that, but
hit someone with it and find
and
out.
be like, "Oh, let me see," and like grabs his thingy. Check it out.
Yeah, you grab the standard, and the first thing that you notice is that you feel a very crushing weight. Not by the standard itself, but by the symbology that it bears.
She instantly just like hands it back. No thanks.
Yeah, that checks out. I think Amethyst and then by extension Ruby Dragons are like gravity.
Yeah. Salvix seems to not bear any weight on him.
I want to ask a question, but neither Serenix nor Salvix are smart enough to understand it. which is basically like, would we get the impression that that's if that's like a bearing of the fact that Salvix is quote unquote chosen by it, or like some other property? But neither Salvix nor Serenix would have any concept of what any of that means. So. Okay.
I have to she not enjoy.
Yeah, I guess, I was just taken back looking at her confused.
Heavy! No thanks.
As, I assume Salvix can manipulate it in one hand, no problem.
Yeah, it's pretty light, actually. All things considered.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's still, it's built for a Dragonborn who was a dragon, so even by Dragonborn standards, big. Atherin probably would have been like scraping large, so probably like 8.5, almost 9 feet tall.
Yeah.
Funky.
Yeah. Yeah, so even compared to my other spear, this one is big.
Are you all satisfied then? Do any of you wish to exchange your items?
Hold on, give me 30 seconds.
I have all the time in the world.
Oh, right, because because K2 is identifying the ring.
Yeah. Yeah, at this point, yeah, you would finish up the identify spell. I forgot about that. And it would yield back that this is a very old carven ring.
I love this.
Carved ring?
You're doing great.
How old is it?
More than a year.
Very.
Very.
It's older than you, K2.
It is older than the identify spell.
I
Oh.
love this.
Jesus, okay.
Wow.
It's funny because that's like low-level magic, so that's like one of the like first spells that would have ever been conceived.
And within known magic, yeah.
Yeah. It's the basic divination spell of tell me what this is.
This is very interesting, Dark Alien. Here you go.
Told with a straight face.
Yeah. So it's just, I am very happy. Thank you very much for allowing us these gifts.
You are welcome, my child.
And thank you for naming us as your champions. Okay, see you later.
I suppose, yes. Would you know if the nature of this place would make it difficult for us to access this chamber again, or that be outside of your understanding, Nafala?
You may access the chamber any amount of times you would like.
We may only take one item from it.
Correct.
I see.
The design is so that more goes into the vault than leaves it.
Of course. A dragon would seek their hoard to grow, not lessen.
Exactly. So I ask you one last time. Are you all satisfied? Or would anybody like to change?
I am satisfied.
I'll take that silence as everybody's happy with what they got.
The question is, does Nafala?
Yeah, she was like physically asking everyone a question.
Yeah. I think as an old dragon, I don't think she would just leave the ambiguity to chance there.
I mean, say thank you and answer the dragon lady.
Thanks for the shirt.
Hold on, I'm looking for something.
Oh God. Yeah, she puts on a whole laser light show.
Yeah, thank you for the ring.
In my culture, it is rude to receive a gift without returning a gift. So, for you, I gift you this robotic eye so that there will always be something here to look at you and confirm that you do in fact exist.
99% of scenarios, people would look at you like, "What the fuck?" This is the 1 in 100 where it's like, no, yeah, that makes sense.
All right. You're giving her a robotic eye.
I'm giving her a robotic eye.
Okay.
It's like on like a little stand, and it just kind of follows you wherever you look.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was one of the trinkets.
Yeah.
Mm.
Looks for my trinkets.
All right. Yeah. As you set it into the room, the lights go out, and then it's gone. As the lights come back on.
Waiting for this to end up being like a Wizard of Oz situation, and the fall is just a kobold. The reason the lights go dark every time is to disguise the movement. I am the great and powerful Father. Curtain falls, just a 3-foot tall kobold. Ah, shit. And I suppose we leave then.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. You all exit. The door to the chamber closes behind you.
Okay.
Well, this was enlightening and very fun.
Yes. There's a lot of information. I believe with that concludes our explorations into the old city.
I guess so. Very enlightening.
I recall we still also have the 5 family brooches, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
I couldn't remember if we'd end up needing to use them for anything in the tower or not. I don't think we did.
Not yet.
Nope.
That's true, we also did a cursory exploration of everything but the library, so. But at least we know how to get back in there.
Yep.
Right. Well, I suppose where to next?
Well, we should probably return to your camp, and then we can discuss where we want to go forward, whether we want to go after the noble houses, see which ones we can turn to our side to fight for the common folk. I know that's kind of a stretch. Nobles fighting for the common folk, but weirder things have happened.
Well, as Salvix just kind of shakes Atherin's standard, this might aid us, at least potentially, with the Meravanes. Could also put us at odds with them, considering it is the standard of their draconic progenitor. Hard to tell. We'll have to cross that bridge when we arrive. If we choose to cross it at all. But yes, I think returning to the encampment might be the best step for right now.
I thought that was the game plan before we decided to check out the totally haunted city.
It was.
Okay.
It was, I just didn't know if anything had changed since then.
Cool things.
Yes. And a potential repository of history that the Empire has chosen to suppress. Well, I suppose something not record, but those end up being the same thing in the end. Right. Okay. Yeah, I think we make our way out of Old Sarnath and start the long journey back.
Alrighty. You begin your long journey back.
I'm guessing that weapons must be attuned to.
Yes.
I'm assuming all these items do. Except for maybe the shirt, but I don't know.
Well, shirt requires attunement too.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
I tuned my t-shirt.
Gives you a plus 20 to AC. Ha
I'm almost tempted to just never identify this shirt and find out if it does anything when it does something.
You would technically find out what it does when you attune to it.
Shush you!
I mean,
You
I
just
do
don't
think.
wanna know?
I mean,
I'll go
I do think technically it could be different. These are the first magic items we've had to attune to.
I can't wait for us to attune to all these magic items that we can't identify, and then we're
And
just
they
all
do nothing.
cursed.
Yeah, they're all just deeply cursed. Yeah. That shirt actually gives you a negative to AC, equal to your charisma modifier. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Takes you from here. It would be 5 days
Mhm.
to get back to camp.
Okay.
Would anybody like to do anything in that time, other than attune to your items?
Hey.
I was like, tuning my t-shirt.
Yeah. Just the attuning would be all I really wanted to do.
See if I can Thor's hammer my hammer.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you throw the hammer at your normal thrown range, and it
Mhm.
returns to you. You expect it to.
Yay.
Just the sharp email.
At least you know she won't lose it.
I've never known Cyronix to lose a hammer.
I've lost many things before. Never a hammer.
Yes.
Sometimes
The
it's not
Forge.
even my stuff.
The forge is the only place that she keeps in. It's kind of sidelong eyes. Order.
Excuse me, I have a wonderful system, and it is very organized. What's being worked on?
Organized for your definition of it, yes.
I said for what's being worked on. Worked on stuff is very much organized. Anything that's scrap, it exists.
Yes. Cool. So yeah, we returned to camp. Remember people asked Pawn for things? I don't 100% remember what they are. And if Josh, do you want me to determine what happens there, or do you want to, or do you want me to just like roll for it and figure it out?
God, I actually forgot that people asked things for Pawn.
Sell the blood.
Well, yeah, it's selling the blood,
there were
and I think for
things
for
that, K2 wanted.
yeah, for K2 it was find this person that understands the secret language, and I feel like K2 had one other thing that I can't remember what it was.
I think it was like gain like intel on like the political landscape.
That's what it was.
Yeah, like find out who like the major players are, that type of thing.
That's what it was. Okay.
Oh yeah, okay.
So yeah. Do you want me to just like roll d20s and see what happens there?
Yeah, just roll 3d20.
Okay. Do you want me to roll into you or?
No, it's fine.
Okay. So we'll go in order. So first one is to find seller or sellers for the blood. Second one will be for finding this person that knows about the secret language, and then third will be for political intrigue landscape. Not good rolls.
No, yeah. Yeah.
I did accidentally roll it to you, but whatever, it's fine.
Yeah. So Pawn is able to find a buyer for the blood.
Okay.
But they are the only one that they're able to find is lowball and pretty big, so it's not really worth it.
I mean,
just don't find anything out.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, what is the price for it?
Undergold.
Oh,
yeah. So basically, on return, because Darkalion is technically the owner of the blood, so Darkalion would get just a note slipped to him from another kobold that just says, found a buyer for your blood. It's only 100 gold. It's not worth it, but if you want to set it up, I can.
Oh, we can't keep lugging this damn thing around everywhere.
I mean, you could probably get a better price from Knight if you really tried.
Oh yeah, let's keep trying a little bit more, but I don't want to take all your time.
Yeah. The kobold basically just notes down what you said, nods, and scurries off.
As far as the political information goes, that you don't learn anything additional. Basically, they're able to figure out the royal families are the people that have the political power.
Nobody
really outside of them. From what
It'd basically be what Pawn already knows. He does not discover anything new.
Yeah. Right. I was referring more like specific people within
specific power players.
Yeah.
Everybody in the royal families technically has political authority.
I mean, like,
Like the top of the top would be the house heads, like the leaders of the houses, and the emperor himself.
Which,
Okay.
yeah, I guess you don't have those names, so we could get you those.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
let me find them.
But he doesn't like find out like any like moves of political intrigue different people within the houses are currently in the process of doing.
No. The
Oh,
roll
okay.
was way too low for it.
Oh. I didn't
Yeah, I
realize
rolled
he
a
was
I rolled a 6 on the d20 for that.
Ah, that'll do it.
Yeah, wasn't great. Weren't great.
Yeah, the highest roll was a
Was
7.
a 7.
Right.
Yeah, it was a 3, a 7, and a 6.
I'm guessing
Not-
mine was a 3.
Yours was
Yeah.
a 3, yeah.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
Fits
Not
for me, honestly.
not a good week of information gathering for Pawn. I'm sure quite a few of his information network probably got collapsed on in this past week. So
Tarkalion, if you're not interested in keeping the giant thing of blood, I have an idea of something I could use it for, if you don't mind.
What's that?
Spell research.
What would you need that for? Like, how much? I'm just curious what you're trying to do with it.
Alright, let me get the blackboard.
Well, I don't need a detailed description. Just a summary would be good.
How do I put this without making it needlessly complicated? I want to use the blood jar as a receptacle to make a second body.
Second body for what?
Whatever. A second body for me, a second body for you, a second body for someone.
You know
Guess it's
what?
whoever needs it.
Sure. For it.
Sorry, what was that?
I said, you know what? Sure, go for it.
Thank you. Yeah, I say, thank you. That's very helpful. And then you hear another voice off in the distance. It was like, yeah, we really appreciate it. And there's already a second K2 sitting nearby.
what?
Anytime, that's what friends are for. Darkalion isn't even phased at it by this point. If he is, you can't see his reaction.
Fair.
So K2 squared will take the blood into whatever like tent has been kind of like set up for them.
Mm.
And so right now the second K2 is a temporary K2 that I made with the simulacrum spell on one of our previous nights traveling here. I used Wish to cast simulacrum.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Now with the blood and some quote unquote flesh from second K2, I'm going to cast the clone spell on temporary K2.
Off topic. Has anybody ever seen the movie Multiplicity? You understand where I'm going with that, then, don't you?
I forgot about that movie.
I have not. That's one of my favorite movies. A copy of a copy of a copy. It always loses a little something.
Loses its mind.
Yes. That basically is what happened.
All right.
You're just growing a clone of an illusory creature in dragon's blood.
Yes.
Fuck it.
That won't haunt us at all.
Hey, you might come out a black dragon sorcerer instead of a shadow sorcerer.
Or it might be the new big bad evil guy that we haven't been introduced to yet.
Could be that too.
Ultron.
Yep. That's what's gonna happen. Ultron. You got it, Joshua.
Got anyone?
Cool. Yeah.
Alright, let's just let that cook for a while.
I'm assuming that any intel that Pawn or any of those would have gathered doesn't seem to indicate that there's any particular vulnerability in any of the noble houses that we could take advantage of at the current moment, correct?
No, definitely not.
Other than the obvious one for the Maravanes just being that they're kind of in a civil war right now.
Right.
We still have no idea on how to tackle that front. Other than adding a third front to a war that we don't really want to enter.
What is the cause of the civil war in the Maravane household?
Their former patriarch has recently passed on, and effectively there are two factions of thinking in the Maravanes. One of them is very pro-Empire, one of them is more, let's do our own fucking thing for once.
Which one's the latter?
That would be Tarhun Maravane.
Gotcha.
However, the intel that the Revolution has indicates that he does not have any establishable contact on the island itself. He seems to have made landing elsewhere.
Wait, so he's not on the mainland at all? He's fucking off elsewhere doing shit?
He's not on Sarnath.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's kind of unhelpful, having one of the few people that might back us not even be in the country.
A little bit. He might be one to support our cause more than the others. But from the intelligence that we've gathered, he is something of a... what's a polite word for it? Scoundrel? That's about the best I can think of.
A scoundrel.
Yes.
Right.
Your voice took on a bit of a strange inflection there, but okay.
I mean, that could literally mean anything. What do you, like, is he a thief, a pirate, mercenary? What do you mean by scoundrel?
Not a mercenary as far as I'm aware. One with maybe less scruples than other mercenary bands, but I haven't worked with many, so I don't particularly have a finger on the pulse as far as what that really means.
Alright. So he's a mercenary. And he's out of the country. And we have no way of contacting him. Because we don't know where he is.
I would assume he would probably be in a place where disreputable work is easy to find. Maybe some kind of thieves' den or criminal hideout somewhere. Eyes and ears outside of the island of Sarnath itself are scarce.
I really don't want to go back there if that's what you're implying.
Back to Igo?
I golf. That's funny.
Yes, that's why I'm confused. That didn't seem like exactly a disreputable place.
No,
Other than
there's another
Queen,
place.
But I have my own gripe.
There's another place where a bunch of criminals hang out.
You seem to have bad correlations with it.
Well, I mean, it's not that bad of a place, honestly. I just don't want to deal with having to go all the way back there just to find this guy.
inconvenient to get to?
Yeah, it's in the middle of the tundra.
As Salvix looks over at Serenix.
I think he speaks of. I think he speaks of a place called Cardinal's Retreat. I have done business there a time or two.
Of course you have.
It was very near where I made my home.
Sensation, but I can still.
Hmm.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Alright, hold on. Let me check to see if, like, he's even there.
Alright.
Josh, I'm going to send a message to Atramir.
Okay.
We're like, hey, how's it going?
Hey, buddy.
Hope the family's alright. Did you ever meet a ruby dragonborn in Cardinals?
No, he wouldn't have.
Alright. Then I will send another message to Tom Eric.
Oh, good.
Hey, Tom Eric. Do you know if there's anybody in Cardinals who's like a ruby dragonborn? Like, you know, like the stone ruby. Looks like he's made out of that.
You hear Tom Eric thinking.
Right?
It's the sound of a milk jug spilling over.
You actually fall on here and go,
And that goes on for about 20 minutes, because it's still technically one word.
Yep. No breaks.
Is that the big guy that looks like he's wearing a mustache but doesn't really have a mustache because dragons don't grow mustaches? Maybe that's why he was so angry all the time. Or is he red or are they green? I don't really remember.
Send another message. Don't know about the mustache part. If he's red, then yes, that's a ruby.
He's red and shiny.
Yeah, red and shiny. If that's the case, can you give him a message for me?
You just hear out loud in the room, yeah, what do you want to send him?
Is it half of Tom Eric or all of him?
It's all of him.
Oh.
Yeah, it's only half when he's taking someone
Oh
away.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, he can pick himself. Yeah, 1.5 people.
1.5 people.
That's right. Salvix just instinctually levels the fucking standard at the sound until he realizes it's Tom Eric, and then just
Cool. Yeah, can you give him this? I've already got the letter written out.
Probably for the best, yeah.
Is this a snack?
I'm sorry. You said that, and all I can think is like there's a TikTok going around where just like Treat? No treat! Treat? No treat! No. Oh.
Yeah, that's big Tom Eric energy right there.
You can't say TREAT in front of Tom Eric. What you talking about? Taxes. Aw, shucks.
Adulting. Yeah.
It's like, no. It's a letter for him. If you do a good job, I can give you a letter too. What you do with that letter
It's to your own discretion.
is to your own discretion. It could be a snack if you want.
EA! And he just leaves. He's gone.
Like when he doesn't grab the letter, and then Pierce grabs the letter.
No, he takes the letter and begins running out of the room. But only his legs start running. His upper body's just there holding the letter, and he like a cartoon looks down and looks back up at you and goes, well, "This doesn't make any sense." Before rubber banding out the door.
God. Fucking Tom Eric, goddamn hammer space logic.
I like to think that when his torso catches up with his legs, he just gets slingshotted across the ocean.
Yeah. Yeah, it just passes over the island of Casbadul. Just the admiral, just fuck is that? God.
So, in the letter, it says, Lord Tarhoon Merivane, I write to you as a stranger with the hope to become comrades in a common goal. The people of your home nation wish to end the tyranny of the Empire. It is within my understanding. This is a common goal for you. If we were to meet and band together, I believe our combined strength could be victorious. United, we stand together forever. Which is the house slogan or whatever of
Yes,
House
it is.
Mermaid. Alright, cool.
Yep.
And I will sign it. Lord Cade Fulton. I also want to point out it's really funny that the house name of the house that's currently in the middle of a fucking schism, like the Merivane, like their slogan, I think it's hilarious. That it's United We Stand Together Forever. It's like,
yeah.
pretty united, are you?
Yeah. It is ironic because there's often times where there's just schism families that just are like, fuck you guys, we're not with you anymore. So who is actually part of the Merivane changes dramatically based on who's in control. So yeah, it is a very ironic slogan for a family that is often divided. Cool.
All right. What's next?
Let's wait for that.
Are there any other houses that might be interested in joining the cause? I know we spoke about the house in Varianok, as they've kind of become recluse. They just kind of keep to themselves.
It's possible, potentially, if we could somehow secure an audience. I'm not certain of the certainty, nor do I have any particular way to get in contact with any of the... I have no way of getting in contact with the one Idvarianok family member that actually does make public appearance. It's possible the Celesta Ghost will as well. I do have some level of rapport with the head of house, Gellin. If only because we serve the same root cause as Salvus kind of gestures upward, as in to mean Drakenmere.
Oh yeah, they're like the zealots, right?
Some are more zealots than others, but religiously focused, yes. Arranging an audience there would have to be taken under delicate consideration, if only because the Cathedral of the Great Drake is obviously a public place in which anyone can enter. Being in the city myself is one that, a risk I would prefer not to take if not necessary. But it is a risk that I understand must be taken sometimes.
All right.
As far as the Rigriu and Centauros and the Zetrios, I do not believe would be gaining any major allies from either house. Both of them are the ones that are most covetous towards the throne.
Well, also, Zetrios isn't that the current emperor?
Correct.
Yeah, that kind of
Yes.
doesn't make sense logically. It was like, hi, would you like to help us overthrow you? What?
Right. I mean, every family potentially might have its dissenting members, shall we say. But, yeah, I would be surprised if we could find one from either of those families that is still actively participating in the political game, as it were, to say, yes, I would like to abolish every unfair disadvantage I've ever had. But, I suppose we could possibly head into the city proper. I don't know if anyone necessarily particularly needs anything pertaining to, I don't know, spell ingredients or such like that. Soneth does have a fairly successful mining operation, especially for gemstones, so if we feel the need to stock up on high-quality diamonds, that's definitely an option. There's I guess a few places of higher learning. Obviously, from what I hear, the mainland has the superior arcane college. We have a small one here, which mostly exists just to service those Dragonborn and Scale folk who do have arcane potential. We have something of a small druidic conclave in the city itself that kind of maintains as best it can, the natural scape of the city.
They're pretty nice, as long as you don't try and fuck with anything.
Yeah.
That's interesting. A druidic conclave inside the city.
Yeah, I was never particularly my thing. I couldn't explain to you any specifics about it. I just know it exists. There's I believe it's some sort of medical college?
Right, we know about the medical college. I don't think we'll find people there that will help with something like this.
No.
Yeah.
More than likely not.
They're all scholars and
Yes.
seem like even within their realm, they seem kind of limited.
It's entirely possible. They're just offering solutions, or at least potential ideas of what our next steps could be.
Well, I would say meeting with the houses is important before we
make any sweeping moves.
Yeah, because I mean we're gonna have to start making some moves here, like attacking supply, like supply lines.
I mean, we have been doing that where we can, but they've
Time
been
to do it more.
they've been few and far between, and not always met with the greatest of success.
Time to upscale, baby.
Well, it's also time to get our name out there so that they know that it's not just random bandits and it's actually a rebelling
force.
Yeah, a rebelling force that is fed up with the Empire. And weirdly, the fact that they're going to war is a good thing for us, because that means that their attention is going to be split between the mainland forces and us.
Correct.
And anybody else that decides to join the fight.
The perfect
Yes.
time to take down an empire. Woo! When they can't focus all of their attention on you.
It is easiest to kill a man by stabbing him in the back.
And the best way to stab someone in the back is to stab them in the chest.
I was right about to be like, is that how you died? But that was really fucked up.
Oh my god.
No! You guys know how he died. He was basically tortured to death.
It's just the timing was just right there. Anyways. So what do we do first?
Let's try to build allies first, and then we can make enemies later.
Yes, I think I agree.
So let you do all the talking. Awesome.
I think Salvix will ask Pawn to try to set up meetings with Gellin Celestigos, which we know we can do that. It's just a matter of figuring it out. And try to get more intel on Zephyra Idvarianok to try to see what we can even try to do there.
Every time you say pawn, I don't think pawn like the chess piece. I just think pawn like his name is P-O-N. Pawn. Every time I completely forget that they're like chess piece nickname, and I'm just like, who the fuck's Pawn?
I thought you were gonna say you keep hearing prawn like shrimp.
Yeah, well, yeah, like he's a
That actually
shellfish.
makes so much better.
That would make more sense because he's a kobold. He's short.
Yeah, I just keep hearing Pawn, and then I think Pawn to Replay by Rihanna, and I'm like, how do I keep getting here?
Good start. You're doing great.
I know, I'm killing it. I put all my mental faculties into the recap. All right, I'm.
yeah. Tori's mental faculties are recap and memes.
Thursday, okay.
Yeah, recap and meme.
If it helps to solidify a meeting, we could set up the meeting disguised as trying to return an old family heirloom, which we have.
This is
Right.
true.
I mean, that would be more in meeting with the Maravanes, which.
Well, I mean, we got one for the Topaz people too.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
We got one for every house.
Yeah.
Hello, Topaz people.
We've got the fucking Infinity Gauntlet of brooches right here.
That's true. Yeah.
The Infinity Brooch.
The Infinity brooch.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we do have that. That's right.
Which weirdly is just a necklace. You just
kind of.
put them all on a chain.
Yeah,
boom.
not even kind of. Yeah.
Infinity necklace. The necklace goes on forever.
The infinite chain.
Which is really funny because in real life I have an infinite chain.
Nice. Yeah. We'll try to figure those two out while we're waiting to receive a message from Tarhoon, if we get one. Because it's also entirely possible that Tarhoon just kicks the shit out of Tom Eric and we get no response.
His response is Tom Eric's severed head, and then we just ask the severed head what he said.
Yeah. Okay. So we have that in motion, whatever that implies. Sure, we're not going to get an answer, immediately on either front, obviously.
I mean, we can do this doesn't have to be like a day by day affair type of thing.
Right.
War takes time.
Yeah.
And also, it takes 4 months for my clone to cook.
True. Yeah, it does. Expensive too. It's like 3,000 gold in total.
I used Wish, so I didn't have to pay the cost.
That's right. Yeah, you just had to have the container.
Yep.
Yeah. That's right.
It's my 9-finger discount.
So, God, do you want me to roll more d20s?
Yeah, you're just trying to find out the two people, right?
Well, it's more of, we have a definitive connection to the Celestigos. It's a matter of kind of figuring that out when we can arrange it. And then it's more finding out about, the head of the Advarianox. So, do you still want me to roll 2d20 to try to figure that out, or just one?
Yeah, just one.
Okay. I'm rolling. Okay. Fuck, man. Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to nail down her what she does, because she's mostly locked away indoors of her current residence.
Right.
Messengers come and go pretty often. Various members of the Advarianox family also. But there's nothing that seems out of the ordinary as far as travelers to or from her house.
Okay.
But she doesn't seem to leave the house at all herself. I say house, but it's more like a fucking plaza.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. It does not. Yeah, it does not leave the manor structure.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, the most visibility that Pon would get of her would be her sitting on her like third-story balcony, just overlooking her large fields of nothing.
Yeah, overlooking the large wall.
Yeah.
Look at the fields where I grow my fucks and see that it is barren.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey. Cool.
Josh, on one of these days when we're just like in information gather mode, I would like to use Wish to cast an 8th level contingency.
Oh.
To then cast a 7th level Armor of Agathis.
Okay.
God. Was that 35 and 35?
What's that?
It's 35 temp HP, and then if someone hits you, it's 35 cold damage to them?
Yeah. And it's 35 cold damage every time I'm hit until the temporary hit points are gone.
Right.
Yeah. And so the contingency, what procs that is if I am targeted by a melee attack.
Okay, yeah.
Fair. How long does contingency last? It's like a month, isn't it?
10 days.
Oh.
And yeah, I'll just keep doing that every 10 days.
Fair.
Sure.
I guess I could also roll like a d20, not necessarily to determine if we can set up a meeting with the Celestia Ghost, but more the kind of timeline.
Yeah, I mean, it could be pretty quick. Like, currently, like, Gellen's not doing a whole lot at the moment, so... I'd say you could get the meeting within, like, 2 days.
Okay. So, kind of like in the, while Pon has some people staking out the Advarianox, I guess anyone that can, or anyone that wants to, can come along, but I think it would, like, in my own personal conception, it would probably just be Salvix and K2. If anyone wants to correct me, feel free.
I'm so sorry. Where are you going again?
Basically, meeting with one of the heads of the royal families that our group has at least a decent connection to. Basically, to set up like a hey, what's up kind of deal.
Maybe.
Mm.
Honestly, because like I talked to the caravan peoples and whatnot, I know their fucking rotations. How far are they from actually like getting close to us?
The caravan people?
Yeah.
Right now they'd be up north.
North. Okay.
Yeah, so they'd be... You're based on your estimates, they'd be just leaving the wandering tribes of the desert folk.
Okay.
Who wander less than the caravans do.
They just wander throughout the desert.
A lot of wandering in this country.
A lot of wandering.
Then no, I'd probably just stay. And just like work on fucking shit for the peoples.
Okay.
Wiki!
So yeah, I guess absent any other objections, it would just be K2 and myself meeting with Gellin. Going once.
This time I just make my instead of going full tiefling, I just make myself look like a half elf. So like pointed ears, slightly finer like cheekbones, that type of thing.
Mm-hmm. slighter modification than last time.
Yeah. Well, like, I mean, they're religious. They might be like, tiefling, kill it. I don't know.
I guess that's fair, yeah.
It's like, human, probably bad because we're at war with a human kingdom. Tiefling bad because
maybe
Dogma.
crusading me.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's the last thing that KT wants for the day.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think it makes the most sense for Galen. You guys would meet Galen at a local restaurant.
Okay.
Oh. I was expecting, like, just straight up at the church. But sure, I'll partake in some local cuisine.
As she proceeds to rent out the entire restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah, that checks out.
See, the problem is, I would have been more impressed if, like, she did that without us knowing. And then there would have been, like, a reveal halfway through the dinner when, like, everybody stands up and leaves to show that they were all there for us. But empty restaurants fine, too.
Mm.
Yeah, she's not that showy.
Okay.
Nah.
Nah, that's something I would do.
Yeah. That's something you would do, and therefore something more akin to a more a more showy house. That's more Emerald.
Yep.
Except instead of everyone getting leaving, they'll just turn with crossbows trained on you. You gonna die, motherfucker.
Why again can't we, like, get their help?
Because if they know that we're getting rid of the throne, they're gonna fuck us over.
I mean, we do have a connection, though.
I don't know that.
Anyway.
Yeah. It's good to see you, Colin. It's been a while since we last spoke.
I thought you were dead.
I was just on the mainland this time. It's only been a few months.
I've seen people dying last time.
Alright, I'll grant you that.
Every soul passes when they need to. But not when they want to. I've hardly ever found that, unless you're into more of like a self-sacrifice kind of thing, but that's very rare to come by these days. Why are you here?
Well, I suppose firstly to introduce you to one of my newfound associates, Q2.
Strange elven name.
Well, you know, we love our strange names. As I think back to Edward.
Yeah. To be fair, his entire family was half elven.
Yeah, that's fair. Real quick, Galen, is she a member of the church? Like, is she like of the clergy, or is she?
She is the high priestess of the clergy.
High priestess. Thank you.
Yes,
Okay.
she is as involved in the clergy as it gets.
Got it. Then, knowing that now, I say it is an honor to make your acquaintance, Your Eminence.
Right.
It is rare to see somebody without scales anywhere in the city.
The Empire certainly does not help with that.
Intentionally so, it seems.
Considering burgeoning conflict with the mainland, I would have to agree with you. But we're not here necessarily to discuss the current goings-on of the Empire as a whole.
No, just a sect of it, I imagine.
We think that given the current situation, with war growing more and more likely by the day on the horizon, something more drawn out than just the skirmishes they've been having over towards the island.
Oh, they haven't informed you of everything, have they?
They've been away for a while.
Clearly. There have been no manners of bloodshed over this dispute yet. Any
Yet.
cannons being fired are warning shots. The island is divided in half. One side the mainland holds, and the other side we hold.
That seems a strange detente to hold.
I agree. But I'm no war master, so I don't know what their plans are. Or the strategic value behind them.
There isn't really a war master on the council now, is there?
No. They prefer to battle over the fine wines, as opposed to the more appropriate things to war about.
When the Maravanes fight themselves, everyone loses, apparently. At least I'm sure that's what
Maravanes have never been the most well put together house.
Yeah.
They don't have faith in any greater powers, and it seems like they don't even have faith in themselves.
Anyways, as was being stated, if war is brewing on the horizon, should war actually break out, it would be our best time to try to topple the Empire.
Well, if war does break out, that would be the ideal time to strike. But the two of you couldn't do it. You would still need an army.
Recruitment has been difficult.
Did you think it would be easy?
No. I never thought any of this would be easy.
Especially if you disappear for months at a time.
We won't find much promise in Sonath. Most of that promise is snatched up by the Empire.
Because everybody believes in the Empire. At least to some degree.
And what if they didn't?
That would be a good starting point.
What if everything that the Empire stood for was a lie?
Then we would hope it would open up the eyes of individuals.
What are you thinking?
Well, I'm both a realist and an optimist. I understand that to grow an army, you need funding, resources, connections.
Correct.
So I kind of like gesture towards the High Priestess. But what you need, in addition to the logical requirements, you also need a symbol for the people to rally behind. People don't easily believe in ideas. What they believe in are people. I just kind of like raise my eyebrows over at Celtic.
Hey, yeah. So Alex just kind of been looking at you like not 100% following, like trying as best he can, but not totally getting it until you do that. And just, yeah, that's fair.
Your Eminence, you joked earlier about Salvix being dead. That's not a joke. He is the manifestation of the people's faith come back to lead them to a better future. He's gone on a pilgrimage and he's found enlightenment, and now he's ready to share that enlightenment with the people of this country.
I'm curious what this enlightenment is.
Salvix, what did we find in your pilgrimage to the Dead City?
There were more than 5 dragons that founded Sarnath. There was one progenitor for each scale color of Dragonborn.
Of course, the original 5 dragons. Yes, the
progenitors of the Dragonborn.
yes.
The entire time he's sharing this with her, by the way, I am watching her to see if I can tell if she knew this information
Okay, yeah, you can make an inside check.
or not. Cool.
Yeah, there were more than just those. There was one at least for every scale color of Dragonborn.
Josh, you're up there. Why are you shooting her?
Oh God!
That was an accident. I was trying to close my character sheet, and not close it, but minimize it. And I accidentally clicked too soon.
Don't shoot her.
Shoot her! Shoot her!
I
Don't
have no intention
assassinate.
of shooting anyone.
Good, because that'll make that shot from all the way in the camp like 5 miles away.
Well, that's why I rolled a 12.
Yeah, I was saying, I'm not even here.
Yeah. But one for each scale color. Chromatics and metallics were just as equally represented, and one even for a scale color that hasn't been seen. Onyx dragons.
Onyx dragons don't exist. They were rumored. Her expression says that this is new information to her, but she's heard rumors of it. But if there's anything tied to it, she doesn't believe it.
I have proof that Onyx dragons exist. This is a necklace that used to belong to the first Onyx dragon, Nafala. It is adorned with her own scales.
She looks at it closely and goes, well, those certainly aren't black dragon scales.
Oh, look at the luster. It's a bit more than just your average black dragon.
He is the curator of a great many things.
Are you suggesting to me that there aren't 16? She counts quickly.
Yes, there are 16 colossi. I mean dragons.
There were at one point.
So what happened to the Onyx?
She was sealed away, left to rot and be forgotten.
It sounds like you found her.
In a manner of speaking, yes.
This
I like
information changes everything.
I like to think that she's with us even now. Because we are the champions! No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, look at my t-shirt.
Yeah, that's what we needed to bring for concrete evidence. We needed to bring Briar along just for her shirt. That's it.
My
Just-
god. Look at this fine craftsmanship. It must be from a dragon.
Yeah. Briar, just stand there and look like you, I guess.
What does this symbol mean? Safe to tumble dry.
God. Dry clean only. The most pointless t-shirt in existence. Yes. It does change a lot. It's even possible. I at this point I'm only speculating, but it's possible that the reason that the Empire hunted down most of the dragons that lived here was to establish a narrative separate from the actual history. After all, it wasn't like the progenitors of the gem households were hunted. They were the chromatics and the metallics. Nobody can challenge a history if nobody is left to challenge it. After all.
That is a good point.
We will be in need of support. While I'm not asking you to put yourself or any of your family explicitly on the line, I'm certain there's information you are privy to that we are not. You have already assisted us with recruitment and what capacity you have, being the listening ear to the public, as it were, at least in the city.
Oh yes, that reminds me. Some information that you might want to know. Denthanos was spotted here this morning. In the city.
Where?
Hanging around in the slum area. Talking to a few people. No aggression yet, but for whatever reason he's arrived back.
There is always aggression with that being.
Seems he's he's behaving, at least for now, excuse me.
Means his handler was probably close by then.
Who is that?
Who is who?
The guy you're talking about.
The massive red dragonborn that threw Edward off of the balcony. Yeah.
What was his name?
Denthanos.
Denthanos. Dead on the noose.
I see. Can only hope they have not caught a rival of my presence here then.
It's only a matter of time.
I know. It's good then that his patience is short. It does not hunt long before being frustrated at a lack of prey. That is about the only saving grace I have. Has there been any other stirrings of the shadows?
Nobody has seen their leader in some time.
As far as I'm aware, they do not make their presence known. We did have an encounter with Sheer and Sejak on the mainland.
Yes, I had heard that they were there, but they had left to go elsewhere. They have not been seen yet since leaving High Gulf.
Perhaps for the best, perhaps not.
Do you know, did anything happen in High Gulf? before they left?
Nothing that I know of. Minor scrap she was in, but that would be it.
That was, from his perspective, possibly how he would describe it, yes. Not exactly a great moment for us, I suppose, but as far as we could ascertain, there was a rash of murders of mostly scale folk. At least on the face of it, it seemed like Sheer was there to investigate. I do not know about Shigak or potentially, if my first encounter is to be believed, potentially Vreeholth as well.
Well, they always travel in threes, so if you didn't see her, she might have been there.
I did not see her, but I felt her presence.
Cold air on the seashore can be deceiving.
I suppose. I suppose there have not been any major squabbles between the families as of late.
Nothing to break news about. The last council meeting was to decide their favorite flavor of tea.
Oh my god.
Forget about the potential brewing war. The nation's teas were on discussion.
Potential brew and flavors.
Yes.
So what do you think of all this, then?
I think that this nation's great leaders, perhaps some of the greatest minds that have ever come together in the last, 400, 500 years, would prefer more to keep themselves as the center point of attention than focus on the people that they say that they care about. And if this information is true, which I'm not doubting that it isn't, about the 16th dragon and the other 10 dragons that were previously unrepresented also being represented, would make everybody equal as far as dragonkind is concerned.
As far as dragonkind is concerned, but I doubt those that hold the thrones would give them up just because of new information coming to light.
Oh god, no, they wouldn't. And they would try every effort they could to falsify the claims as well. As
What
seems
do
to
you...
be for centuries.
What do you think of the current state of the Avarian Ox?
They are dwindling.
Is the matriarch still of sound mind?
About as sound as it gets. She's old, but her mind is still sharper than most blades.
Do you think there would be any room for negotiation between our cause and them?
It depends on how much you wish to speak to her. She's not much of a conversationalist, but she'll listen quite a bit.
She has a prophecy of some renown. Perhaps, maybe she has seen something and needs a sign of her prophecy being true.
Well, the only way to know that would be to talk to her.
It's understandably difficult to secure audience, as I'm sure you're aware.
Yes, you'd practically have to sneak into her home to speak with her.
We both know I'm,
Not gonna get anywhere close on your own.
I was more leaning of, not exactly inclined to be stealthy.
I stand by what I said.
You make a point.
Everybody knows your face, Elvix. If Jan Thanos catches wind of you, chances of even returning to the city are very little without a beating.
It sounded like you said dead Thanos. Like, dead Thanos, what?
If Dad Thanos catches wind of you,
Dead Thanos?
He's gonna get the Infinity Belt.
Oh my god.
oh God.
Right. Figures he would show at an inconvenient time.
He always has a strange way of doing that.
But I suppose the path to salvation was never going to be easy.
Welcome to life's greatest lesson. You can't buy exaltation with cheap wine and a date.
When God calls upon someone, it is not for a simple task.
It is for the simple-minded.
Do you have any further questions?
Task for somebody else could be an easy task for you. Just because you know how to spell your name and write it out does not mean it's an easy task for everyone.
I like there's a meaning in that I'm supposed to understand, but it's not immediately coming to me.
You'll understand eventually.
I'm sure I will.
Probably when you're being clobbered in the face by Thanos if you stick around any longer.
Do you have anything further?
What do you plan to do?
I will study more on these claims that you have made surrounding the 16 original dragons. See if I can find a way to build concrete reinforcement of this idea.
So we have your support then.
Oh, you've always had my support. You wouldn't be here if I wasn't supporting you. Speaking so plainly like this.
I look over at someone like, and you told me you didn't have friends.
Keiju, could you share that manuscript that we garnered with Gillen?
The manuscript.
The list of the well, actually, the list of the items in the vault might be something that. Yeah, the list of the items in the vault might be something we still want to keep to the chest.
Oh,
yeah,
that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I was like, was there like a manuscript that I don't remember?
No, yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, it was.
And thus the 16 dragons descended upon the land.
It was more of a catalog, not a manuscript. But yeah, that's. I don't think that would really give her anything concrete to go off of.
Right. Yeah, that was just a list of items.
Yeah, it was just an in-out catalog. Yeah. Okay, never mind. The only evidence we really have still remains beneath the palace of Old Sonath.
It was a little too big to carry.
Yes.
But I took some pictures.
Some what?
I pull out Helper, and I say, Helper, please show pictures of the statues. And little minor illusions of the
15 statues.
The 15 statues, and there was the 16th statue in the vault, right?
Well, we would have had to ask for it in order to see it. None of us never asked for it because otherwise the vault was just a blank space.
I assumed it was like right there.
No. No. Yeah. The vault was just a blank space.
Oh, I completely misunderstood that.
Yeah.
Can we real quick retcon that I asked to see the statue just so I can take a picture of it?
She wouldn't have been able to show it to you.
Oh.
I guess you could have asked for it, technically. So yeah.
Yeah, I could ask for it, and then I want necklace, actually.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, 16 statues.
There you go.
Impressive. And those are under Old Sarnath?
Underneath the palace.
Specifically beneath the throne room.
The 16th one was even more secure. It was inside of a vault that we had to figure out, like what was it, a 78 digit combination? How many emperors have there been?
73.
Yes.
73, I was close.
Yes. When we left, would that secondary part of the art gallery, would that have like collapsed back into being hidden or no?
Oh yeah.
Okay. There's an art gallery beneath the throne in the throne room. And beneath the stairs that lead down into the art gallery is where you would find the statues.
I'll have to send somebody to take a look.
Right. By your advisement, we should be off then.
Yeah, sooner rather than later, most likely.
I have nothing else to do in the city.
Wait, I haven't finished my quail yet. Which is really great timing because my food just got here.
Oh god.
Be right back.
And this is gonna be what gets
you
us
order
fucking
quail?
Oh god. Scrambled quail eggs? You would need so many of those. They're so fucking tiny. Oh, God.
Yes, scrambled queggs.
Shut up.
Oh.
Alright, so you guys take off then?
Yeah.
Alright. Here's the question. Knowing what you know, are you attempting to leave discreetly?
I can attempt as best as I can.
Alright.
I will wait for Mike to return, however, because he might have a better solution.
Sorry, what was the question? I didn't catch that.
Attempting to leave discreetly.
Oh.
Because I can try. I have very bad stealth.
I mean, I can just take us back if you want.
Works for me.
All right. Yeah, I'll just teleport us back to camp then.
Cool.
Alright, yeah, you do so. Easy enough.
Cool. Yeah, I guess I'll spread the relevant information, which is mostly, hey, Denthanos is back. Watch your ass. To the leaders, the other leaders of the resistance, and let them spread it down to the people.
Yeah, which
Next.
they would do quickly.
Serenex predictably sasses you about it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess kind of after that, just kind of gather everyone. But yeah, just kind of gather everyone and just, well, things are a little more complicated in the city. Shall we call him the wild beast of the shadows has returned to New Sarnath. And unfortunately that makes my life more difficult trying to maneuver in the city. Thomas has always had a vendetta against me, as it were. That makes my movements at least a little more difficult.
No more city trips for you.
Correct. However, Gillen has given us at least some minor insight. It's possible we could speak to the Advarianox. However, securing an audience is close to impossible. And at least per her implication, it would almost be easier to sneak into the Advarianox residence to secure audience that way. I'm uncertain of how well that would be taken, considering. It is still an option. It is one we may have to take if none other present themselves shortly.
How did the correspondence go? Where we told them we wanted to return an old family heirloom to them? Do we get a response back from that?
Yeah, I guess that would probably be part of that 7 that I rolled for the Varianox. Yeah, I would assume that there probably wasn't a response.
They didn't give like advantage or anything?
Actually, yeah, that's a good point. You can roll it again.
Okay.
Nice.
Do we just want to keep that 7 and let me roll again, or do we want to make this a separate roll? Because I guess technically that 7 was for information gathering, not necessarily extending an invitation.
Yeah, true. Yeah, we'll make it a separate roll.
Okay. Another fucking 7. God damn it! Get out of here.
Well, at least the 16 was the higher.
Yeah, true. Cool. I guess technically could we be? I guess it would kind of technically be a persuasion check.
Yeah, in a sense, I could see it.
So would you let me add my modifier to that?
What's your modifier?
13.
No.
Shit, you have a plus 13 in persuasion?
Yeah, I have expertise in it, and also advantage if the persuasion check is helping my holy cause, which
Oh
is
my
technically
god,
would be.
dude, you were like the perfect person to like to
Correct.
convince people to fight for you.
Correct. That's literally why I have it.
You act all sad and sullen, but you're like the most charismatic leader ever.
Which is ironic. I only have a +1 to charisma. I'm just really good at persuasion.
Fair.
Not as good with intimidation, and I'm bad at deception. Salvage does not lie. So yeah, that would make it a 29.
I would say you'd get a response to meet up then.
Okay. And then,
it
yeah,
is in the residence still.
Of course.
But it would be in the gardens.
Okay.
Classic.
I'm assuming that I would be aware that the Royal Guards 100% know who I am and would not let me in.
The city guard, yes. If her residential guard would be a different story.
Okay.
Because they answer to her, so.
Okay, I mean, there is... Yeah, so the difficulty there would be getting into the actual royal district.
Yes.
Because they know my face. But yeah, once we're in the actual Varianox residence, then it's fine. Okay, cool.
Well, what time of day do they want to meet us?
It would be just after lunchtime.
Damn.
Yeah.
If it was nighttime, we could airdrop in.
Yeah, right. So much easier. Yeah, because I don't really have anything to help me with that. All of my spells are all holy and shit.
Put them back
Got a
together.
couple
Patch up the
holy
holes.
and, fire for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have like a disguised self or anything like that.
Well, how many people are going? Would it just be you and me again, or would we bring more people this time?
I I mean, again, it feels like you and me are like the quote-unquote best for this, but if anyone else wants to go, they are free to.
I mean, I'm happy to tag along if you would like me to come with, but if you feel like I'd be a hampering to your
Well,
process, then...
here's my question. This one is more of a kind of like on the fence one than the last one. So
Correct.
it might. It's possible we might have a hot exfil on this one. Which
We might have
would
a
be nice.
situation.
So, like, I'm not saying necessarily everybody has to come into the estate with us, but like, to have like the party nearby in case. Yeah.
So some of us are playing bodyguard.
Yeah. Exactly.
Makes
That's
sense.
my whole thing. I can do
I'm
that.
good at intimidating people, which is not what this needs, so I will play bodyguard.
yeah. I'm good at scaring the shit out of people. Yeah, give an old woman a heart attack. See how well that goes for us.
I'll play scary and the outside. Go scare the old lady.
You walk in and this woman just has like a prophetic vision of just violence and murder and just dies on the fucking spot.
I really do give off those vibes. So
I mean, yeah.
I probably shouldn't go anywhere near this poor old lady.
What do you mean? What do you mean? You're wearing a T-shirt that says "Praise Nafala." I think you're wearing it over your armor. It's just incredibly
Always
uncomfortable.
better.
There have been like adjustments made. It's like over the breastplate, but then like some of the
Under like the
straps and
shoulder.
stuff- yeah, but then like the shoulder part is like kind of over it, and then the straps are sort of it's like a weird it's like a it's a
You know,
it's
it
a
works.
thing.
The main message gets across.
It's not just like a kid wearing a way oversized shirt over top of like when standing in the door like hello.
Right. Yeah. So like the main problem is just getting Salvix and Serenix in there. Because both of us are wanted criminals.
I mean, come on, there's gotta be plenty of wanted criminals meandering about.
Well, you also like. There's also like the problem that the rest of us aren't scale folk.
Yeah.
So, what I can do is I can cast Seeming on all of us to make the rest of us look like scale folk, and make the two of you look like not yourselves.
Different scale folk.
Yeah.
Okay. Works for me. How long does it last? An hour? 8 hours?
I don't remember.
One of those two.
Those are two very wildly different time frames, too.
Yeah, they are. It's one of those two. 8 hours.
Alright.
Ooh. I mean, yeah, we would have the ensuing kind of like writ of passage that would let us into the royal district. So yeah, I mean, we can't all look like scale folk. You can just disguise Serenix and myself. Up to you on that front.
I don't need a disguise.
Maybe I should have one in case they're all like, elf, get out.
You know, maybe fair, yeah. Okay. So those of us that want disguises can have them, and those of us that don't want disguises don't have to have them.
Think I should have one. Just maybe.
Yeah. Like you and me, definitely. We're the ones that are wanted criminals.
Alright, well, what do you do?
I'm a fucking delight.
It doesn't mean you're not a wanted criminal, Greta. God.
I'm a fucking delight with it. Anyways.
A delightful wanted criminal.
Right.
It's nice to be wanted.
I wouldn't know.
Oof. Alright. So what what do you guys want to look like, the two of you, and then the rest of us who are changing can decide based off that.
Let's go with like a gold dragonborn.
All right.
I don't care. Make him pretty.
Green.
Oh.
Can you make me a ruby dragonborn?
Remember the ruby dragonborn or royalty?
Probably.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
but I
gonna
love
cause
the color red.
that's gonna cause more problems than just being an elf.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah. Just make me, just, I don't know, just like maybe like a black dragonborn, that's fine.
All right. I guess if we're all going dragonborn, it would only make sense that I would be a white dragonborn.
Fair.
She looks so pretty shiny, though.
Guess I could go silver.
Good, yeah. Got a good reference point for silver with this Ernix. Yeah.
Only why she
yeah.
brought it up too.
Yeah. Someone's got to be shiny. That's not Salvix.
All right, I will be silver then. So we got black, green, gold, silver, vampire, and Darkalion. You wanna be a scale folk?
Color, vampire.
Yeah. Yeah, vampire's its own color. Goth.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm a goth dragonborn.
And I think the implication was that you're just Briar still.
Yeah, no, I know. It was just funny when you were like,
Yeah.
Vampire.
Joe?
Oh God, he's dead.
He's dead.
I
No?
Oh, there he is.
What's going on?
Do you want to have a disguise like the cool kids, or do you want to just be yourself like Briar?
A disguise being you'll get to look like a dragonborn.
or lizard folk.
Yeah,
Or a lizard folk.
would
But
be
I
fine,
mean,
too.
at that point, you pick a dragonborn. That's so much cooler.
You're saying.
Yeah, Dragonborn sounds cool.
What
All
color?
right. Yeah, what color you want, man? You just can't be gem because that would draw too much attention. Right now we got a black one, a gold one, a silver one, and a green one.
Which isn't necessarily to say that you can't double up on colors.
That's also true.
Yeah, pick a color, any color.
Joyful. I want to be Bonnie.
Could do brass, bronze, copper, red, black. Well, we did black. Well, you said black. Blue.
You're like a turquoise.
Did you not hear me?
No, we
No.
didn't.
Yeah, we didn't hear
I
it.
said yellow.
Ah!
Yellow. All right. Sure.
Yeah, okay. So, gold. Closest to yellow that you get.
Maybe he's a like a green dragonborn with like an iron deficiency or something.
Not every. Technically, Dragonborn are usually supposed to be mostly modeled with like the occasional fleck of actual scale color, but that's boring as shit.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah. He's a camo Dragonborn.
Camo dragonborn.
Cool. So yeah, with I guess our disguises in place, we'll head up to the city.
All right. You do so. You said you had a writ for the royal.
I would assume either that or just the message to meet would be enough.
Yeah, it would be. You can just show that.
Yeah. Because I mean, I assume that it would be stamped with the official seal of the Admarian Ox.
Mm.
Yeah. So either way, we have some levy of entrance.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you guys make your way past the guards that kind of protect the ward.
Mm-hmm.
You make your way up to the house and show it to the house guards.
Mm-hmm.
Who grant you access. And I feel like at this point, we can go ahead and stop for the night.
That's fine.
Oh, good. I am so tired.
Same.
I have to get
That's
up
why I
early.
wasn't responding.
Daddy.
I was dozing off. But on that note, I'm going to end the recording here. So thank you guys for watching, and we will catch you probably next week.
Bye.
Goodbye.